Welcome to the EmpowerElle Podcast. I'm your host, Vero, and I'm so excited to have you join me on this journey of empowerment and growth. This podcast is designed for ambitious, high-achieving women who are ready to break free from overwhelm and step into their power. Together, we'll explore practical strategies, share inspiring stories, and hear from experts who can help you navigate the challenges of balancing ambition and well-being. Whether you're looking to cultivate confidence, transform your mindset, enhance your leadership skills, or find harmony in your life, this is the place for you. Let's dive in. Welcome to the EmpowerElle Podcast. I'm so glad that you're here to learn about something that could truly shift the way that you lead and live. Today's conversation is all about the art of prioritizing wellness in your busy life. If you've ever felt like there's just not enough time in the day for self-care, or that your to-do list always seems longer than the amount of energy you have to get it done, or if you find yourself sacrificing your well-being just to do it all, then this episode is for you. Because the truth is that wellness is not a luxury. It's not a reward that you give yourself after everything else is done. It's a critical part of your success, of your leadership, and of your life. So today, we're going to dive deep into how you can make wellness a priority, even when life is hectic, without feeling guilty or overwhelmed or selfish. So take a deep breath and let's dive in. Let's start with a reality check. Most ambitious women I work with feel like there is never enough time for wellness. And it's not because they don't care. It's because life just keeps demanding more. We're balancing work deadlines and meetings and emails and family responsibilities and social obligations and maybe even our personal goals in there. And wellness often feels like the first thing to go. But here's the thing. When you neglect your wellness, everything else suffers. Your productivity, your mood, your clarity, your relationships, your leadership. Wellness is not optional. It's foundational. And it's not about indulgence. It's about creating the energy and the focus that you need to thrive. So the first step in prioritizing wellness is recognizing that it matters just as much as any work task or responsibility. Now, I don't want you to just listen to this episode and do nothing with it. So I'm going to ask you to pause a few times during this episode to reflect and actually do some action items right now. And if you're driving or you're at the gym or you're doing something where you can't necessarily pause me, then I really encourage you to come back to this episode when you can. So, pause me for this reflection. Where have you been sacrificing your wellness to get it all done? And what would it feel like to treat your wellness as equally important as a client call or a meeting or a deadline? All right, pause and come back. Prioritizing your wellness is not just about adding self-care habits. It's about changing the way that you think about yourself and your time and your energy. Most of us have this little voice inside of our head that says, I don't have enough time. I'll rest after I finish everything. Or putting myself first is selfish. But here's the truth. Prioritizing your wellness is a form of leadership. When you care for your energy, your focus, and your health, you're actually showing up stronger for everything and everyone else in your life. So wellness is not a reward for perfection. It's not a bonus for getting everything done. It's the foundation that allows you to get things done well and sustainably. So today, I want you to start seeing wellness as an essential part of your daily leadership toolkit and not an optional add-on. And I really saw this in my personal life. At the time in my life where I was not taking care of myself and I wasn't sleeping and I was crying every single day, I wasn't showing up as a good leader because I had nothing to give. I was exhausting myself and draining myself and working every hour of the day. And my team thought that that's what they had to do as well because that's what they were seeing from me. And when I grew and when I improved and when I started taking care of myself and my wellness, my leadership and my team changed completely. A wellness looks different for everyone. For some, it's exercise. For others, it's sleep. For others, it's meditation or downtime or boundaries. The first step to making wellness a priority is clarity. So ask yourself, what aspects of my wellness are non-negotiable? Which areas do I feel depleted in right now? And what would I feel better doing regularly, even in small amounts? Here's a tip. Pick 2 to 3 wellness priorities that will have the biggest impact on your energy and life. Not 10, not every wellness habit that you've ever read about, just the essentials. Then treat those as appointments in your day. Not optional, not if there's time, not when everything's done, but scheduled, intentional, and protected. Okay, here is the next pause moment. Take a piece of paper or your planner and write down your 2 to 3 top wellness priorities for the next week. And think about how you can intentionally schedule them into your day. Pause and reflect. Welcome back. Now, if you know me, it's time to get practical. So here are some strategies that I've seen work again and again for ambitious women. The first is to protect your time like you protect a meeting. If you schedule wellness like a meeting, it's more likely to happen. You won't necessarily reschedule a meeting, so you shouldn't reschedule your wellness either. Block time for your priority wellness practices and treat them as non-negotiable. Number 2 is to start small and then build consistency. You don't need a 90-minute yoga session every day. I need you to shut off that little voice that says, if I don't have an hour, it's not worth it. 5 to 10 minutes of meditation or a short walk or just a few minutes of journaling counts. And it adds up. And once you've built the identity of being the person who does the thing, then you can add more or make it longer. And that's when you build consistency. Number 3 is to layer wellness into your existing routines. So this is like habit stacking that you might have heard about or read in Atomic Habits. Wellness isn't separate from your life. So try adding wellness to things that you already do. You can stretch while your coffee brews, or do deep breathing when you're waiting in line, or listen to a calming podcast when you get ready in the morning or during your commute. The little moments really matter. Number 4, combine boundaries and delegation. Prioritizing wellness often requires saying no or delegating. It's not selfish, it's strategic. You've definitely heard this cheesy line, but it's cheesy because it's true. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And you probably have people in your life that you might have to talk to and set boundaries and delegate some tasks to so that you can take care of yourself. But it's crucial that you do so. Number 5 is to track your energy, not just your to-do list. Wellness is not just about habits. It's about energy management. So notice when you feel drained and when you feel energized, and schedule your day accordingly. And number 6 is to include mental and emotional wellness. Wellness is not just physical. It's not just a 60-minute HIIT workout. It can be meditation, journaling, therapy, or even connecting with friends. All of those recharge your mind and your spirit. Okay, here's another reflection moment. What is one small wellness action that you can commit to tomorrow? And how can you protect it like a high priority appointment? So I want you to pause and put it in your schedule and figure out what you're going to do and when you're going to do it. One of the biggest obstacles to prioritizing wellness is guilt. The voice in your head might say, I shouldn't take time for me. I have too much to do, or I'll do it later. But the truth is that guilt is a sign that you're thinking about everyone else before yourself. And that mindset will never be sustainable. And if you think putting yourself last allows you to show up for everyone, I want you to reflect on how you're showing up for them. If you are drained and exhausted and not taking care of yourself, I have a hard time believing that you're showing up in a way that is nice, that is enthusiastic, that is present, that is happy to be there. So shift your thinking to self-care is strategic, not indulgent. The wellness fuels your ability to lead, to parent, to create, and to live fully. And that investing in yourself is responsible. It's not selfish. Sometimes the hardest part is giving yourself permission. And that's okay. But start with small, consistent choices. So here's a simple framework to help you integrate wellness into your life. Define your non-negotiables, whether it's sleep, movement, nutrition, or emotional care. Schedule them intentionally and treat them like important appointments. Create mini habits, 5 to 15 minutes daily, to make consistency manageable. Use energy as your guide. So match your tasks to your energy peaks. And reflect weekly. Check what worked, what didn't, and how can you adjust. By having a framework, wellness becomes manageable and not overwhelming. Okay, here's another reflection moment for you to pause on. Take a moment to visualize your ideal wellness week. And try to see where you can fit those habits consistently. And which boundaries you'll need to create in order to protect them. When your wellness is prioritized consistently, the benefits ripple through every area of your life. You have increased clarity and focus. You have more energy for work, for relationships, and for the things that light you up. Your mood is improved. You have better emotional resilience, less stress and overwhelm, and just greater confidence and presence. And here's the best part. The more you honor yourself, the easier it becomes to sustain all other areas of your life without sacrificing your health, your happiness, or your alignment. So if you think that you don't have the time or energy for wellness, it's actually probably what you need to implement in your life in order to feel like you have the energy to do everything else that you want to do. So as you think about the week ahead, or the month, or the year, think about the fact that wellness is not a reward. It's not a nice to have. It's a priority. It's a strategy and a form of leadership. Start small. Be consistent. Protect your time. Listen to your body and your mind, and let your wellness support the life that you're building. Your health, your energy, and your well-being are the foundation to everything else that you do. And the art of prioritizing wellness is simply learning to show up for yourself in a busy life. So if this episode resonated with you, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, or share it with a woman who can use this reminder today. And tag me on Instagram at EmpowerElle and tell me how you're taking care of your wellness. And remember, keep choosing yourself, your vision, and your values. That is real power. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you for tuning into the EmpowerElle Podcast. I hope today's episode inspired you and gave you practical insights to help you navigate your journey as an ambitious, high-achieving woman. Remember, every step you take towards building your confidence and embracing your full potential is a step closer to creating the life you truly desire. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and review the podcast on your favorite platform. Your support helps us reach more women who are ready to step into their power and live their best lives. Don't forget to join our community on social media for more resources, tips, and inspiration. Until next time, lead with power and live with wellness. You are unstoppable.